I believe in Harry Potter. When I was little, reading was everything to me. I grew up in a rocky household full of anxiety and yelling. The only peace I got came from vicariously living through the pages of books. My mom was equal parts my worst enemy and my best friend, all at the ripe age of 5. She lost the battle with her demons and fell back into a pattern of drinking regularly, a pattern she had tried really hard to change before I was born. She yelled at me, my dad, and my little brother. She missed my birthdays, and she'd make me compete in a scavenger hunt with my dad to look for her stashed vodka. At the end of every twisted night, Harry and his friends were waiting for me. I remember being little and weaving through bookshelves at our local library on one of my mom's good days, thinking, what an adventure this is. No truer words were thought. We found the speed read section, and how proud I was that I could read both of those words and understand their meaning at a kindergarten level. When I asked if she could finish her book before the quick 2 weeks were up, my mom grinned and rolled her eyes. Gabriella, I'll finish it early enough that you'll have enough time to finish it before the 2 weeks are up, too. So it began. The first few chapters were hard. In retrospect, I probably understood and retained less than half of the story, but it was worth it. My mom and I were sharing something, playing a game together. I was her speed read partner. I guess that's where my adoration of fantasy and reading in general was cultivated. Why, though, was it this book series that changed my life? Well, Harry's family didn't love him. Harry's family didn't even take care of him. The little dorky boy with glasses and a scar, messy hair, and nobody to love him was the first fictional character I had ever felt connected to. There's a specific scene in the first book. The chapter is called The Mirror of Erised. One of Hogwarts' more fantastical objects, the mirror itself reflects your deepest desires. I remember thinking, gosh, if I could look into that mirror, I'd see my parents hugging, with me squashed in between their hug, suffocating from how in love they'd be. And then I read the chapter, and I read that Harry saw his deceased parents standing behind him, and that was the first time I had ever felt real heartbreak. I thought I felt bad for Harry, but now, at least 14 years later, I know my heart was breaking for myself. What did Harry Potter do for me? I can't start anywhere in particular because there's simply too much. Too much to love and appreciate, too much that was learned. Harry Potter imparted lessons upon my impressionable child self, and they've stuck with me. You can hate the circumstances of your family, but still have the capacity to love them endlessly. Not only could you love them, but it's brave to be able to do so. And your family isn't just who you share blood with. I learned a lot about loyalty from Harry Potter. If you surround yourself with people you die for, who would die for you, it doesn't matter the hand you've been dealt. Loyalty and bravery. They're 2 traits I picked up in reading that first book, and I haven't let them go since. I found a hero in the woman that shared her world with little girls like me, who lived in constant states of fear. Maybe I wasn't physically locked in a cupboard under the stairs, but I certainly didn't feel at home in my house either. At 19, almost 20, I know that Hogwarts will always be there to welcome me home. I know that happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. I learned we shouldn't sink under the weight of our anguish, but instead battle on. And I learned that it matters not what somebody is born, but instead what they grow to be. I believe in all of these lessons. I believe in Harry Potter.